Herregud. Åh, herregud. Åh, så jävla olägligt att köra igång sådana här spel sent på kvällen. Huva! Men nu kör vi. Boston 1924. Edward Pierce, veteran of the First World War, drowns his memories in liquor and sleeping pills. He is now a private detective who has trouble finding a case able to lift him from his torpor. Pierce must find a new case quickly or risk losing his license. Okay, Pierce. Enter madness. If I am mad, it is mercy. May the gods pity the man who in his carelessness can remain sane in this hideous end. Ja, Lovecraft. Herregud. Herregud. Okej. Oj, måste ställa ner. Till settings. Varför är de... Control. Varför drar de alltid upp de här? Där. Yes. Men gud! Är det för att man ska rycka till döds när man blir rädd eller? Camera sensitivity. Ner. Där. Apply settings. Should apply. Yes. Nej, det måste ännu längre ner. Herregud. Nej, den är i botten. Den är i botten. Ja, det får duga. Okej. Åh gud. Är vi? Det hänger bara döda hajar överallt. Människoskelett? Nej. Haj. Ja, man ska inte få... Nej, såklart. Fanns inte där. Ja. Nej, den här kan vi stå och rycka i all evighet om man vill. You must light up some items in order to interact with them. Men gud. Det händer ingenting. Jaha. Jag ska ta den här. Såklart. Åh, det här är alldeles för likt Amnesia. Old cover. Den vet jag vad jag ska göra med. Herregud. Herregud. Ja, det är ju Lovecraft i alla fall. Hej alla som är inne och kikar. Kul att ni vill vara här och bli rädda med mig. Och vad skönt att jag inte behövde välja den utan den förstod. Okej. Okej.
What a putrid offering.
Jaha. Okej. Vi går inte ner i vattnet. Nej. Okej.
Don't fight. You have been chosen.
To run? Okej. Åh! Ja, jag väntar. De ska vara efter. Åh, herregud. Jaha. Tror inte en dörr. Kan man göra... Aha. Åh, nej. Är Alan Wake bränner sönder monstren eller? Är det det vi kommer göra? Öppet.
Everything has already been
Alltså, Mackan. Nej.
but perhaps you will attempt to change your destiny.
Och då är det jag eller? Nej. Åh, herregud.
I hate whiskey.
Snygg övergång. Tvättis! Halloj!
I wonder why I still take these things.
The doctors prescribed them on their return from the war. They swore that they would put an end to the nightmares. But for a while now, their effects has been wearing off. Ja. Är ljudet bra förresten? Mackan om du råkar kvar eller du kanske har dragit. Nej men don't drink.
Been a while since I jotted down something other than my nightmares.
Men gud, mannen. Pierce Investigation Agency, 20 oktober 1924. The doctor can well repeat to me that I no longer need my remedy to keep my memories at bay. But I know that if I stop, the memories will return. One of these mornings I probably won't wake up. Despite the treatment, I again hear voices in my dreams. Okay. But they are different, unknown. They seem to surface from unfathomable and ancient depth. What nameless creature is calling me? Jag skulle gissa på Cthulhu. Alright, Mackan. Ha det så bra. Okej. Okej. Det känns inte som att det här är det typiska skräckspelet. Eller typ... känns som att det är lite... Kanske lite djupare. Medicin, ockult... Och jag ska bli expert inom ockultism. Represent your knowledge of the occult sciences. Improving this skill increases your chance of determining the use and origin of occult artifacts and of expressing your knowledge of the myth. The medicine and occult skills can only be improved by objects discovered in the environment. Well, shit. Ja, det lär ju investigation. Wow, nice. Eloquence. Your ability to influence those you talk to by your power of speech. Va? Kommer man prata med mycket? Herregud. Kommer man ha i bakgrunden så länge så är det. Tack Mackan. Det är ju mysigt. Nej, jag känner mig inte för att dricka. US is voted dry. Jag vill ju inte stänga av musiken, det är asnice.
Natural sciences, linguistics, archaeology.
Ja.
A good old story of blackmail in a speakeasy.
The bar owner who hired me didn't like the way I closed this case, but when you're already outside the law, there's not a lot one can do against a private detective who's got proof against you. Oh, nej. Jaha, jag fick den.
Married woman runs off with her girlfriend. The husband couldn't understand it.
The husband never understood that his wife has left him. He kept on calling me weeks after the investigation was closed. Stackarn.
I used to be an avid reader.
Ja, det syns. Har ni inga böcker på ockulta grejer då?
Wentworth Agency doesn't attract top-notch cases.
Okej. Vi drar väl. Stänger väl av musiken och drar. Game is saved. Okej.
I'm listening.
Are you Edward Pierce, private investigator contracted by the Wentworth Detective Agency?
That's correct.
Hello, Mr. Pierce. I'm Lucy Sherifield, in charge of investigators over at Wentworth. I'm calling because of a problem with your file. A fire has destroyed some of our documents.
Is that right?
I'm so very sorry, but I have to collect your personal information yet again.
Okay. Allocate your character's points. Each character point allows you to improve score or skill. Investigation vill jag ju såklart. Psychology. Ja, så man inte blir galen eller? Represents your knowledge of human behavior. Improving this skill increases your chances of understanding the motivations of a person based on his or her behavior or the analysis of objects. Okej, den känns ju bra. Professional, amateur. Aha, jag är professional där. Jag ska flytta tillbaka micken. Sorry om det lät mycket för alla. Den stod så nära tycker jag. De här kunde jag inte ta nu. Strength. The ability to call on your physical power. Improving this skill increases your chances of forcing doors or mechanisms or of using violence, physical or verbal. Intressant. Jag är professional i strength och investigation. Spot hidden represents your ability to find hidden objects. Improving the skill increases your chances of finding hidden objects. An undiscovered object will not appear in game. Oj, okej, den där lär vara säva in bra. Den tar vi. Vänta, det är så mycket poäng. 7 hade jag. 4. Oj då. Okej. Nähä, vänta. 2 character points. Och jag har 8. Nu har jag 7. Okej. Det är bara att lägga ut. Men jag lägger... Jaha. Shit, nu fattar jag. Vad dum jag är. Okej. Vi har 8 och de höjer bara procenten. Men gud att jag inte såg det. Okej. Vad ska vi ta? Investigation. Vi kan ta upp den så. Så. Okej. Validate.
Thank you for this information, Mr. Pierce. Our files will soon be up to date. And on a related matter, may I raise a sensitive question?
What's wrong?
As you know, we wish to closely monitor the progress of our contractors. And it would seem you've been accepting fewer new cases.
Work is scarce.
Mr. Pierce, you know as well as I do, there's never been more investigative work than now.
But are those cases worth it?
They're worth not losing your license. Show yourself worthy of the Wentworth Detective Agency, and we might keep you on the payroll. Mr. Pierce, are you still...
Han är less.
I'm coming.
Sir, I came here on the advice of a person whom I hold in high esteem, and I must say that I expected anything but a drunkard's lair.
You're free to leave anytime, sir.
Do you know to whom you speak?
Stephen Webster, industrialist and art collector. All of Boston knows you.
Tell me, Mr. Pierce, are you capable of handling a new case, or are you simply a deadbeat inebriate?
If you come to me, it means you're desperate.
Nobody believes me. They take me for an old fool. Sarah, my little girl, she is dead. Even you must know of her. She was Sarah Hawkins.
The painter? Yes. Everyone knows her work.
The police accuse her of killing her family. They all died in a fire. Sarah, her husband, and Simon, my grandson.
I can't do anything for a woman who is already dead.
Find out the truth. They say she was mad, but I know that's a lie. She would never have done such a thing.
But if you have no proof...
I've brought all that I have. Look. I want you to look carefully at this painting. Tell me all the assumptions that come to mind.
What am I supposed to find?
Tell me if this is the work of madness. Or if, on the contrary, you manage to detect some logic, a rationality to follow so that I may understand it.
Is that all you want from me?
Yes, please.
All right. I'll look at your picture. That's all you've got? The painting?
I placed a file on your desk. It contains everything I have on the affair.
Okay.
What's this symbol on the man's chest? It's as if Sarah Hawkins breathed a message into it.
Inget mer än så. Okay.
A warehouse on Darkwater. Some sketches of the Hawkins family. Rather thin.
Shipping label. Some of it's unreadable, but I can make out part of the address. Warehouse 36 Darkwater. The police report. It says that the fire started in the dining room and claimed the whole family. The police decide on a domestic accident, but they nevertheless insist on Sarah Hawkins' mental frailty. Why? A press cutting. An article written about the marriage of Sarah and Charles Hawkins, a businesswoman from the island of Darkwater. They live a recluse life there with their only son, Simon. Okay. Okay.
So, Mr. Pierce, what do you make of these elements?
Oj då, inte mycket att gå på, precis. Unlocked answer. You shouldn't take this painting lightly. Find out about Warehouse 36. Where did Sarah Hawkins live? Something's not right with this story. I read about her mental fragility. And you shouldn't take this painting lightly.
The meaning could be exactly as it appears. I think your daughter is sending you a message.
That's what I believe, too. It was 3 months ago that I received the call from the police telling me of my daughter's death. And yet a short while after, this painting was delivered to my home. The painting is linked to this case, can't you see? You must find the meaning behind all this.
Okay.
The sender's label mentions Warehouse 36.
That's right. It came with Sarah's last painting.
And you think your daughter could have been the sender?
That is what you must find out. Go to Darkwater. Find Warehouse 36.
Mm-hmm. Something's not right
Her
with the
husband
story.
was a big deal on the island. But the police are sticking to the accident theory. Though they mentioned Sarah's mental state was fragile. I believe you are right, sir. This case is not as simple as it appears.
I am aware of that. I believe there is more to this case than just an accident.
I read about her mental fragility in the police
You must
report.
tell me if what the police suggest about the mental state of your daughter is true.
No. Sarah had visions. Everyone knew that. She never would have hurt a fly. She only thought she saw things.
Saw things?
Mhm.
What do you mean by that?
I never knew what she meant by that. My daughter was an enigmatic figure, Mr. Pierce. You must find out the truth about her life and death.
Mhm. 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 Rachel liv, men det vet vi redan.
Darkwater?
Mhm.
Never heard of the place. Where is that?
It's a small, remote island off the coast of Boston. Sarah lived there with her son and her husband.
I suppose you want to ship me off there.
Darkwater holds the secret regarding my daughter, Mr. Pierce. You must uncover it.
Vi har ju tagit den.
The sender's label mentions Warehouse 36.
That's right. It came with Sarah.
And you think...
That is what... Go to Dark...
Ja, go to Darkwater.
I think I'm beginning to understand.
I'm willing to do anything for my daughter to recover her honor.
Quiet down. I'm on your side. Let's sum things up. An artist dies with her family in a house fire. Your only clue is a sort of promontory painting sent from Darkwater right before her death.
Correct. And the rumors about her supposed folly.
Which you don't totally deny.
Find that warehouse. Find out the truth regarding Sarah Hawkins' death. You'll be handsomely compensated.
All right. I'll take the case. I'll go to Darkwater and look into the death of your daughter.
Thank you, Mr. Pierce. I didn't expect any less coming from a man in your situation.
Something's queer. But it's not like I have a choice.
Okay.
Darkwater. I think I've got a book on the North Atlantic.
Jag måste bara ställa om. Control keyboard. Interaction. Vad fan? Diary access. Där. Så. Apply. Yes. Escape.
No doubt find some information on this island in there.
Okej. Darkwater. Ooh, medicine. Kanske jag lär mig något. A dense work aimed at interns and young practitioners. This first volume lists all illnesses known in the civilized world. It details the symptoms and suitable treatment. Okej, den har jag förhoppningsvis läst. Okej, nice. Sanity. Edward Pierce is a veteran of the First World War, where he took part in the Meuse-Argonne offensive. He's one of the few survivors of the Lost Battalion, American units that suffered heavy losses from enemy and Allied artillery fire, forced to hold their position for several days surrounded by the bodies of their fallen comrades, without food or medical supplies. The soldiers were considered as lost by their fellow countrymen. Pierce is traumatized by these events. He consumes sleeping pills and liquor to ward off the nightmares that haunt him. Okej. Jag är stable sanity nu, tack och lov. Confident in your abilities and your Cartesian mind, okay, you conduct your investigation by sticking to the facts, your convictions and your perceptions of reality. Your conclusions are logical and reliable. Bra. Bra. Men jag har ett mental trauma. Okej. Hade jag... Kan jag göra mer? Darkwater. Okej. Wealthy businessman. Ship owner. Deceased. Charles Hawkins. He used to travel a lot. Met Sarah Hawkins on a trip to Paris. Remote Island of Darkwater. Alltså, jag vill inte flytta någonstans som heter Darkwater. Sarah, painter. A painter known for a tortured artistic universe. She was worshipped by strangers over work and rarity over public appearances. I seem to remember that she once said, I paint what my dreams whisper to me. Men herregud. Just det. She disappeared from the front pages of newspaper and nobody heard any more about her. Even her death in a fire remained a secret. Only her father, Stephen Webster, continued to seek the truth. Okay. Simon, only son of Sarah and Charles Hawkins. He died in the fire that claimed his whole family. Oh, okay. Clues. Painting. This painting depicts a monstrous silhouette threatening a woman and a child. Jag såg inte. Flames can be made out in the background, såklart. Alright, Mackan. ja, du, det kommer ta lång tid att spela igenom det här, så vi får se. Om jag inte blir allt för rädd så kanske jag fortsätter spela det framöver. Men du, godnatt. Kul att kika förbi. Stephen Webster, the father of Sarah Hawkins, think that it's linked to the death of his daughter. Just det. Ja, där har vi läst Darkwater Places. Inventory. Oj. My old lighter that I engraved in memory of the 77th Infantry Division and the men of the Lost Battalion who fell. Okej. 1918, det var så 6 år sedan. Knowledge. Jaha, det var de här cases. Ja, men okej. Fint. Find out about Darkwater.
I used to be an avid reader.
Jo. Vi vet. Han inga...
Darkwater is off the coast of Boston. But I've never heard of it. According to this book, it was often mentioned during whale hunting times at the end of the 19th century. But it seems to have been shunned since then.
Darkwater Island has been inhabited since the 14th century and is still rich with the many memories left by its lost tribes. But don't let the romanticism of these moving evidences of such naive and primitive beliefs fool you into forgetting how violent their gods were. A gigantic creature still ornates the walls of long abandoned caves. Was it a sea? Was it a sea or a dream god? No one knows. But today's inhabitants, these sons and daughters of the proud whale hunters, still remember the mysterious and tumultuous story of their small land off the coast of Massachusetts. Okay. Atlas of Atlantic Islands.
All I have to do is go to the port. I just hope that I can find a boat able to take me to Darkwater.
Ta en sipp nu för guds skull. Have a drink. This will affect your destiny. Nej, vad har jag gjort? Åh nej. Åh nej. Åh nej. Nej. Ja. Herregud. Okej, det här ska bli en intressant genomspelning. Pierce took the Hawkins case. The cursed artist is accused of having caused the fire that killed her and her family. That's the only clue She left her father a disturbing painting. On the shipping label, an address. A warehouse set on the docks of the island of Darkwater. The place seems to be the starting point for Pierce's investigation. Åh nej. Nu börjar det på riktigt. Fy fan. Cyanide Studio, aldrig hört talas om.
We're almost there.
Nu låg det bara en båt strandad. Parkering.
Stay on board. There's guys coming to unload. Welcome to Darkwater Island, Mr. Pierce.
Why, thank you, Captain Fitzroy.
So, what wind brought you?
Does the Hawkins case mean anything to you?
A sad story that we would all prefer to forget. Charles Hawkins may have been a landlubber, but he was a good man.
And his wife, Sarah Hawkins.
A nice young woman, and a great painter. What a tragedy. You know what? Go have a drink at the Stranded Whale. What you need is a good pick-me-up. Mitchell may not be very welcoming, but his bar holds a surprise for you. As for me, you'll find me at the Harbor Master's office. If it's the Hawkins family that brings you here, I have a pile of documents that should interest you.
Understood.
Hej då tvättis.
I'm going for a look around the docks.
Kul att ni kikar förbi. Consult diary. Jaha. Jag har lite att göra här då. On the approaches to Darkwater, I saw thick clouds masking the sky. They were so low, they seemed intent on impaling themselves on the sharp reefs that circle the island. Fitzroy, the captain of the only tub that manages to float to, to the mainland, offered to help me. He may have documents that belong to Charles Hawkins. Ja, men då snackar med han. Fitzroy advised me to visit the port's bar. He mentioned a little pick-me-up. I suppose I could get laid to land at the same time. Fishermen have gathered around the carcass of a killer whale. I could have a look and see what the local cops have got to tell me. Captain Fitzroy offered to share with me that he has found what he has found on the Hawkins in the archives of the Harbor Master's office. Okej, det känns ju som det första. Måste jag... Okej, jag måste vänta tills han har gått in där. Då går jag till baren, kollar vad bartendern säger. De brukar alltid ha mycket bra information. Och jag älskar att det är faktiskt cinematiskt så här, på något sätt. Vänligt.
Hey, be careful.
Det är spunky gubben.
Let's get him another drink. He's dry.
In my bar, we don't serve troublemakers.
Okej. Hold to test eloquence.
You saw what happened. He's the troublemaker.
Oh, you're a true mainlander. A real princess.
Oj då.
You strut around with your la-di-da ways, and then, as soon as the pressure arises, you start squealing. You don't have what it takes to drink my whiskey. You've got to earn it.
I'm here for information, not for a fight.
I prefer it that way. Speak then. I reserve the right to answer or not.
Började ju inte så bra. Order a drink.
Captain Fitzroy told me about a little pick-me-up.
Oh, yeah? That must have been before you came looking for a fight in my bar.
Oh, come on. Because of a little tussle.
Drinking it here is a privilege, and I grant the privilege to whoever I want. Anything else?
I didn't expect to find alcohol on this island. What's the source of this miracle?
You mean who? Our source of supply wouldn't like me to betray them to the first comer.
I'll tell nobody.
She'd know it anyway. Anything else?
Kan det vara hon som satt i hörnet? Find out about Darkwater. Why the stranded...
The stranded whale. I guess this bar has been here a long time.
What can I tell you? I'm a nostalgic sort of guy. The name, it reminds us of the golden age of Darkwater, when our whalers left for long months and came back sweating and stinking of the oil and flesh of the whales they'd been hunting.
It was a tough time, all the same.
Ah, but steeped in glory. We've never known such wealth since then.
Find out about Sarah Hawkins.
What can you tell me about her?
We all knew she was famous on the mainland for her paintings. Never understood why. Then, I don't want to speak ill of the dead.
Not speaking
Her
English,
vision.
it's true.
Was it so terrible?
Way I see it, the truth is really a question of point of view.
What do you mean by that?
Do you still trust the truth after a bottle of whiskey?
Her style made her famous. How would you describe it? Tortured?
Yeah, well, it wasn't normal. I mean, for a young woman with a child and all that. We saw them in the papers and we said to ourselves, who can paint such things? Is that how she sees the world?
So they made you feel uncomfortable.
You need to see them for yourself. Make up your own mind.
I've got what I need.
Anything else?
Well, vi var där redan. Looking for warehouse 36.
You know where this place is? Warehouse 36, Darkwater Harbor.
The Hawkins warehouse. I see, yeah. If I were you, I wouldn't hang around there.
Why not?
First off, there are rumors. Sailors from around here say you can hear noises coming from the warehouse at night. Screams, that sort of thing.
Screams.
And that's not all. There's the fate of its owners and all the superstitions that go with it. But I'll say no more. Anything else?
That'll be all for now.
Jaha, vem var den här damen i hörnet då?
What you looking at, stranger?
She can certainly put them away.
I've rarely seen a woman who can hold her liquor so confidently.
What gives you the right to judge me?
It was a compliment.
So what? Let me drink, stranger.
Okay. De här är fan igång.
Charles Hawkins was a heavy drinker and a debtor.
Yeah.
Interesting.
58? 56? 58? Huh. Okej. Åh gud, shit. Jag börjar bli trött. Provision. Ja, vi går och pratar med kaptenen då. Se vad han hade för något. Stäng dörren för guds skull, inte dra.
I've brought out the Charles Hawkins cargo manifests. They're on the table next to you. But in truth, you're likely to be disappointed. When you're done, come join me on the deck.
Okay.
These manifests are signed by Charles Hawkins. But that's all I'll get from them.
Only a few dates are still legible. 1890, 1907, and a partial date. The rest of the document is blacked out. Who would want this information to be hidden? Okay. Det var bara ingenting. Nej. Det är lite weird animationer.
From here, I see everything that goes on in the harbor.
Okay.
The hard-working lives of my sailors, the fights at the stranded whale. Even the antics of these wharf rats don't escape me.
It's you who lays down the law around here.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far. I'm just the last serving captain on Darkwater. Tell me what I can do to help you.
Your documents are unreadable.
Your manifests have been blacked out. They're totally unreadable.
Yeah, I saw that. I've got no idea who did it or why. I don't remember having countersigned anything special enough for someone to hide it.
And why obliterate the dates, as well as the goods stored in the warehouse?
You mean that the dates have some meaning?
You tell me.
I don't know. It's not my signature next to that of Charles Hawkins.
I'm at sea for more than half the year. Anyone could have done it during my absence. What seems really important to me is that the dates on these manifests indicate that Charles probably had other contracts.
But not with you, though.
Warehouse 36.
I'm looking for Warehouse 36. Do you know where it is?
Look, it's right there. The warehouse is opposite the jetty. You can't miss it.
Understood.
You know who the building belongs to, don't you?
Is this a game for you? Yeah.
It belonged to the Hawkins family.
Precisely. Ship owners from father to son.
I think that somebody here wanted me to search this warehouse. I shall be on my way.
So come back and see me when you've got something new.
Varför det egentligen? Alltså det lyser grönt här. Herregud. Så jävla deppigt.
Hey, Sullivan. Can't you go any faster?
You've seen how old this thing is. If we force it too much, we'll break everything.
You can't do that.
The blood is just beginning to coagulate. It died a short time ago. Only a specialist would know what killed it.
You can't understand. You're not sailors. It's a sign. There's something coming.
Ja,
Something
Cthulhu.
real bad.
The same goes for you, sir. Move along.
Aha. You're totally out of your depth. These sailors get upset over nothing.
Don't treat me like another one of these locals. You're completely overwhelmed, and you could do with reinforcements.
What are you thinking? That you can call the National Guard to an island like Darkwater? For a stranded fish? Gosh darn, Mr. Not like another one of these locals. Go give your valuable advice somewhere else, huh? Now, please, allow me to do my job.
You can't.
Don't put that beast back in the water, you shysters. You're crazy.
Okay.
Cops, they can't understand.
Damn stupid idiots.
Forget it. Nobody listens to us.
De är lite råbarka där ute på Darkwater. Hallå.
You live here?
Why did you do that, huh?
We saw what you did to St. Brendan.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll teach you to come onto our island and ridicule our protectors.
Just
How
arrived.
can I be the one who defaced your saint? I've just come ashore, you idiots.
That's true. We're as drunk as lords.
You bet. You could have gone by without us seeing you.
Do not rile me. You can hardly stand up.
He's right.
We're no match. For the moment. We're annoyed. It's understandable.
There's you, our beloved statue, and then those two bozos behind us. Wait, now that I think about it, it's got to be them. There's one of them who's always going back and forth to the statue.
Quieter. That's all we need for them to hear us.
What brings you to Darkwater?
Alltså vilka jävla sköna snubbar. Who are these
Two guys behind you. What are they guarding?
The bootleggers. Scum.
They're protecting their territory. From whom, I wonder?
They really don't have a choice anyway. They're more scared of Cat than an attack by drunken sailors.
If only they would kill each other.
Ursäkta? Who's Cat?
This cat you mentioned. Is she their boss?
Oh, hold on just a minute. We didn't tell you a thing.
Nothing at all.
Okay. Saint Brendan.
That statue represents your local saint.
What do you mean by local, exactly?
You wouldn't be looking down at us, like all townspeople do.
St. Brendan. He protected whalers and fishermen like us. Until those assholes defaced him.
Okay.
I've taken enough of your time.
We'll see you later.
De är lite för fulla. Warehouse 36. Jag undrar om det är där inne. Bakom de där. Som står och vaktar. Vad är det för dude?
Where do you think you're going?
Ah. What are the police doing here?
I thought that the Hawkins case had been closed.
That's true.
So what are you doing on guard duty in front of this warehouse?
Who's asking the questions here, the cop or the tourist?
What do you know?
What more can you say about the death of the Hawkins family?
Not much more than what everyone knows. I wasn't on the case. They were all burnt to death, right? Up at their place.
The whole mansion went up in flames.
Don't get it into your head to go wandering around up there. It's dangerous.
What do you mean by that?
The only one left there is old Silas, and the accident has affected him badly. He can be unpredictable. especially if a stranger starts poking around the property.
Is he a danger to the public?
No, he's in his own home. Do yourself a favor. Leave him well alone.
Okay. Vart är den där statyn då? Snacka med de här bossarna.
No, if it gets out, I'll have serious problems with you-know-who.
I bet that you hid them somewhere in your hut on the docks. Who's this guy?
No idea. You better keep it shut.
Why, we don't have a clear conscience.
What's with you wandering around here like a hungry dog?
We saw you talking to the two soaks. Go die of thirst, the lot of you. It'll stink less.
Okay. Cat sent me.
Gentlemen, you have a problem.
What? Who do you take yourself for, stranger?
Your boss is very unhappy with your work.
Oh, yeah? You're bluffing.
She said those knuckleheads are incapable of staying at their post.
Darn it.
You think he's telling the truth?
We'll find out. Prove that you really know Cat.
You can certainly put them away.
I've rarely seen anyone who can hold their liquor as well as her.
Everyone knows
Fine.
that.
That just proves that you've seen her in the bar, not that you know her. Go on, beat it. We've seen enough of you.
Skit.
If I can't get rid of those two, I'll have to look for another way.
How could you be dumb enough to leave the entrance to the warehouses unguarded?
Keep your voice down. Why not go and shout at the cat while you're at it? I don't want to end up with her little knife under my throat.
It's a stiletto, you idiot. And with that smell on your breath, I don't give you much chance anyway.
Okej. Jag lär inte få försöka igen, eller?
What's with you wandering around here like a hungry dog?
We saw you talking to the two soaks. Go die of thirst.
I've got to enter the Hawkins warehouse. I guess it's going to be complicated.
No, it's very simple, in fact. Fuck off.
I don't give a damn about your racket. I just want to get into this warehouse.
And we don't give a damn about you. Whatever your reason for wanting inside, there's nothing we can do for you.
You work for Cat?
Cat. She's your boss.
What? You listen through keyholes?
She's the boss, yeah. She says who goes in or not.
Shut up, you dummy. You wanted to know that you also talk too much.
She must be quite intimidating if she can make two men like you tremble.
She redid the smile at the last one who wanted to get in.
I hope he had a good dentist.
No, you don't understand. She really cut him a new smile.
But he only smiles with the left cheek.
Okay.
What happened to the statue of St. Brendan? Dreadful.
What makes you think we did it?
We're bootleggers, not savages.
Who do you think defaced the statue?
What do I know? They could have done it by themselves.
The sailors?
Who else, in your opinion? And who's interested?
I bid you gentlemen farewell.
Fan, okej.
If I can't get rid of those two, I'll have to look for another way.
Ja. Vi hittar något runt hörnet här, säkert. Eller inte. Där är statyn. Okej. Herregud.
St. Brendan, patron saint of sailors and travelers. Desecrated. I can't even say which language it's written in.
Nej du.
I've no idea what it says.
Nej, nej. Jäklar. Det är Cthulhu har ju varit här, herregud. Naja. Vi försöker ta oss in i det där då. Warehouse. Man kanske kan smyga upp här. Nej. Man kan inte hoppa i det här spelet. Tjenare Jonas. Hur är läget? Vad säger den här killen då? Inte ett smack.
Cops, they can't understand.
Damn stupid idiots.
Forget it. Nobody listens to us anyway.
Fan, jag kunde tagit mig in där då. Men jag inte hade varit så snabb att snacka med dem. Herregud. Så det är inte den roligaste staden. Står du också vakt eller? Nej. Kan man prata med dig?
You saw what happened with those sailors. Don't hang around here unless you want trouble with the bootleggers.
What are the bootleggers doing around
This
here?
warehouse looks abandoned. Why does it interest them so much?
No doubt a question of territory, but I ain't asking. If you want to know more, go ask the captain.
Good. Thank you.
Okej.
I shall take my leave.
Härligt Jonas, jo då. Det var fint. Jag blev så jävla sugen på ett sånt här typ av spel. Så tänkte jag, men jag kanske kan streama. Någon annan kanske är sugen. Det är som, the spot hidden skills allows you to detect time and close range. Vänta nu. Hur då? Nej men jag tänkte att det kanske är kul och någon kanske gillar att kika på det. Det är ganska storybaserat det här. Men vad fan? Kan lägga till lite. Så, snyggt. Väldigt. Yes. Men fan. Hur? Okej. Är det här som är hidden?
It looks like there's a way in under this grate.
Okej, där uppe. Men aha! Kolla! This lever activates the mechanism. Okay.
A handle. It must come from these old winches.
Hur har det gått för dig? Jo då, det har gått bra, men det är just i början liksom.
I could use this old winch to lift the grating.
Ja. Mount the handle, tack. Leave. Måste jag lysa upp den? Aha. Leave. Det är ju bara att börja snurra. Snurra då! Aha. Behöver jag något mer? Som är kanske här nere. Finns alltså mer att hitta. Jag måste byta knapp på den här. Control, keyboard. Light. E. Blir jättebra. Nej. Nej. Så. Fly. Tack.
A whale vertebra. This place is full of junk.
Okej. Här. This part enables heavy loads to be lifted and held aloft without risk.
A ratchet device. Exactly what I need.
Ja, perfekt. Behöver jag hitta mer? Nej. Då får det väl vara nog. Mount the ratchet device. Så ja. Måste jag göra ännu mer? Vänta. Hela det här är ju fan trasigt. De måste ju laga det här stället. Hur som helst. Vad är det jag har missat? Det är väl bara att veva upp den nu. Eller? Det är jag som är dum i huvudet. Där hittade vi den. Här bakom. Där, kolla.
It should be possible to mount this cogwheel on the winch.
Okej, så... Nu då. Såklart. Det var ju ett kugghjul där. Turn the handle. Hold to test strength.
Looks like everything is in its place. All that's left is to try to turn this handle.
Kom igen, jag har ingenting i styrka. Kom igen!
Damn, I broke it.
What? Fuck. Fuck. Oh. Alltså, okej. Om jag hade lagt i styrka här då. Jag la ingenting i styrka. Okej. Om jag hade gjort det då hade jag kanske tagit det. Ja. Tydligen det här är kört. Jag borde hitta...
Well, well. A little mouse has got lost on our turf. You're not only inquisitive, you're also stupid. What gave you the crazy idea to come onto my turf?
Don't say anything.
Has the cat got your tongue?
You've come for a fight. What I've got to say won't change a thing.
You're a quick learner. I decide who comes in and who stays out. And anyone who doesn't respect my rules, I punish them.
Ja, okej.
As you wish.
Aj! Rakt på näsan.
If you've broken my nose...
I was careful. This time.
Do you want us to take care of him, Cat?
No. Not yet. You don't lack nerve. And you've got a fairly good right. I'm always on the lookout for well-built guys to work for me.
I'll make a note of it.
Please do. I'm Kat. I run the neighborhood. Everyone marches to my tune here. Rather than foolishly risking your skin, come and see me in the bar one of these days. We can talk about what I can do for you. And what you can do for me.
Okej. Jag bara klockade honom så vart vi bästa vänner. Helvete. Det är så det funkar 1924. Ja, men då får jag ju prata med henne. Ja, gammalt skit där inne i alla fall. Men shit. Alltså det här spelet verkar ju svincoolt. Mest för att jag blir förvånad över saker och ting som händer. Han där ute måste jag prata med. Jaha, han står och fiskar. Just det, jag ska prata med kaptenen lite grann igen. Se vad han säger. Du står och lutar mot ingenting, grabben.
You're back again. What can I do for you?
Apparently the bootleggers don't want anyone hanging around the warehouses.
They're part of the private property I mentioned earlier.
And yet the place looks abandoned. Why guard the entrance?
As a precaution, I suppose. All the warehouses are more or less interconnected by old sewers.
You mean that there's a way to go from one to the other by tunnel?
I couldn't tell you if it's still the case today for all the warehouses on the island. But I think I can imagine what you've got in mind.
Det här har vi misslyckats med redan. Skitsamma, vi springer och snackar med Kat. Blir bästa polare med henne. Och så släpper hon in oss. Alltså jag älskar det här. Prohibition. Bara, nej tack. Ta min harpun. Oh.
Prohibition is just a joke around here. That suits me fine.
Verkligen. Okej, Kat. Är vi polare nu? Ska du släppa in mig?
Hey, Mitchell. A drink for our new friend. I think it's time to talk business.
No hard feelings?
For a lucky little blow? You think I gotta be boss of these lads without taking any hits? It will serve as a lesson. I was too soft with you. Next time, I'll hit first. Tell me, what brings you to Darkwater?
Tell the truth?
I'm investigating the deaths of the Hawkins family.
It's very nice of you to tell me the truth so openly, but it's also really stupid of you. You really don't seem to know the area. Let me give you a little advice. If you want to survive more than a day in this rat hole, avoid talking about them to the first people you meet.
Mm-hmm. I thought she was the biggest danger.
Is that more dangerous than having a drink with you?
I'm not kidding. The old families, they were here long before us, and they'll be here long after we are gone.
The old families?
The descendants of the first whalers. These people truly worship their ancestors.
Mm-hmm. You must know Darkwater well.
I've got a few questions about the island.
I'm not here to give you information. Mitchell will tell you what he wants to tell you.
Okay. I need help to get into the warehouse.
I need to get into the Hawkins warehouse.
You're out of luck. It's on my turf.
It's precisely for that reason that I've come to see you.
Are you pulling my leg?
Would I have taken that risk?
Think it over. I've seen what you're capable of. You almost got me.
I accept the compliment. Well, I see you're serious. To be honest, as long as it doesn't interfere with my business, I don't care. But I'll go with you, to make sure you don't stick your nose into things that don't concern you.
Sounds honest to me.
I'm not finished. If I do that for you, if I let you onto our turf to conduct your little affairs, you'll be indebted to me, and I guarantee that I always collect on what I'm owed. Think about it. I help you, you'll owe me a favor in return. Do you accept?
Ja, jag är tydligen för svag för att lyfta upp ett jävla galler för att krypa under dit så.
Do I have a choice?
Oh, we always have one, detective. Follow me.
You've got no problem going out looking like that.
How sweet of you to worry about my authority. I wouldn't be here if I was the sort of girl who'd hide away because of a black eye. People here know who they're dealing with. They watch their step.
I was given to believe that Fitzroy stood up to you.
That dope tried to save face in front of his sailors. They revere their brave captain as they do their old statues. But sooner or later, all statues get buried in bird shit. And nobody cares.
And the police? They do nothing to stop you?
The local cops? The cops drink like everyone else, sweetheart. They know where their interests lie. Apart from that pig-headed Bradley. I don't know whether to admire his stubbornness or to have pity on him.
Så hatar när man inte kan gå samma takt som dem.
It's fine. He's with me.
Oh, okay.
Huh. Tja grabbar.
Be a gentleman and move that for me.
Jag är typ svagare än dig. Hon kommer spöa skiten nu med. Eller? Kommer hon faktiskt släppa in mig?
That's how it's done. Do I still need to hold your hand? Or do you think you'll get by on your own now?
Don't overdo it.
Good. In that case, I'll leave you. I've done enough mothering for now.
Okej. Skulle hon inte dubbelkolla? Så jag inte gjorde något fuffens.
Ugh, this place stinks. What is the connection between this place and the Sarah Hawkins case?
To enter reconstruction scene. Vad är det här nu? Vad är det här?
Who has enough money to buy painkillers, but stays in a place like this? It smells as bad as it looks. Can't sleep. I know how that feels. Is this one of Sarah Hawkins' paintings?
What?
What is this picture of Charles and Sarah Hawkins doing here? The glass is shattered, like someone smashed it. Was it before or after the removal of these bandages?
Okej. Inget mer att kolla på. Försvinner väl alla de där. Search the warehouse. Okej, nu är jag tillbaks. Ja. 2 stycken points. Bra. Expert investigation. Nice. Places. Inhabitants. Cat. Clues. Här har vi. Officially unused since Charles Hawkins' death, this warehouse recently housed a clandestine resident. Signs of life that tested the fact. The presence of blood-stained bandages must also be noted, probably removed from a wound, as well as pills, painkillers and sleeping pills. Moreover, the occupant seems to be obsessed with Sarah Hawkins, as attested by the presence of several documents connected to the artist's life, photograph, pressed cutting. But it is the discovery of a partly charred painting recognized by Officer Bradley as having come from the Hawkins mansion that allows all doubt to be lifted as the link between the contents of this building and the Hawkins case. Okej, hur vet vi att Bradley snackade han om det när vi pratade med honom sist? Alltså, det här är lagom mysigt, men det känns... Ja, vi har gjort allting. Nu kommer det hända någonting. Roy Mitchell is the owner of the bar. James Fitzroy vi pratar med. Inventory. Knowledge. Jaha, det var ju sen gammalt. Ja, men då drar vi då. Nu kommer det hända något.
Someone has settled in here.
And whoever it is has something to tell me about the Hawkins case. Is there anyone in there? You! Don't move! The Hawkins case has been wound up. Let the dead rest in peace.
Okay. Threatened. Nej tack. Let's team up. This case is far from being wound up.
You mean messed up?
No. We don't take no lessons from the likes of you. We do our job carefully and fairly. No stone was left unturned.
Really? Can you explain what this painting is doing here?
This strange portrait. Wait, I know it. It was in the Hawkins mansion when we came to investigate the fire.
So you confirm that it was removed from the crime scene? Interesting. I'd like to go and see the mansion now.
Of course. You want to go back along his trail? I'd like to understand how this painting made it to here. Come on. My car's parked down the way.
Chris.
Andrews, would you please shut the door? And open your eyes, damn it. This guy went right under your nose.
What's that?
God damn it. Her again. This case has nothing to do with you, Baker. Clear the passage or I'll shut you up for obstruction.
Officer Bradley, you've finally grown a pair. Too bad you're too fat to see them down there.
Wow.
Why you?
Come on, keep the smile. You don't want to force me to widen it.
Looks like you've met your match, Baker. I'd like to see that more often.
Okay, I get it. Can we go to the mansion now?
Get this jackass out of here before I stroke his other cheek. But we'll meet again.
Okay.
Is it far, this mansion?
Look behind you, at the top of the ridge. You see the building? That's the Hawkins mansion. Come on, we got some driving to do.
All right. Pierce managed to get into the warehouse. The place, thought to be abandoned, revealed some surprises. Signs of recent occupations, as well as partly charred painting. A partly shot painting. Interrupted in his searching by Officer Bradley, Pierce convinced him to join his investigation. The police officer is willing to drive the detective to the Hawkins mansion. Right?
Well, here we are. Hawkins Mansion.
Nej, vad fan. Det är nu det börjar. Helvete.
The place has been abandoned since the fire. There's only old Winchester in his hut.
Winchester? I thought the mansion burned in fire. Jaha. Okej, får jag klicka? Nej. Okej, jag får inte ens klicka. Nej, vad är det för bugg? Last checkpoint. Enter madness. I want to skip.
The place has been abandoned since the fire. There's only old Winchester in his hut.
I see no scorched trees or fire damage on the building.
You're pretty damn observant, ain't you? The fire was quickly contained. Old Silas acted as soon as he could.
Not soon enough to save the Hawkins.
They were trapped in the drawing room. And don't go troubling Silas anymore. His guilt torments him enough as it is. Are we gonna take a closer look at this mansion, or do you have other questions?
Your partner, Andrews, warned me against him.
You managed to get something out of that bum? I'll end up asking you for advice.
He talks too much. He inferred that old Silas was slightly unhinged.
That's not far off the mark, I suppose. But kinda unfair at the same time. You know, Silas Winchester has been working for the Hawkins family as far back as I can remember. Charles was like a son to him. The day of the fire, he lost his whole family. So he's got nowhere to go. And, as you'll see, in a way, he's still watching over them. Is there anything else you want to ask me? Or do you want to go up there?
I prefer to be prepared if there's going to be trouble.
It's a wise attitude. But apart from old Silas and some rotten floorboards, there's nothing to worry about.
Could he be a problem?
Strictly speaking, he ain't dangerous. But since the tragedy, he's been a little touched. Though he's a remarkably sturdy man, given his age. A true force of nature.
A sad old man doesn't worry me.
Gee, if you don't want to listen to my advice, we might as well go. Right?
Ja, det är faktiskt.
You're the one who looked after the Hawkins case.
Don't think I was trying to hide it. It's just that this discovery shakes my convictions.
That's why you're so keen to find out who removed the painting from the mansion.
Yes. If something escaped us, or if there's been a law enforcement error, then it's up to the police to make good its mistake. Anything else?
This place is far Calling to Ruby.
You won't get me to believe that it looked any better 3 months ago.
It's a very old building, you know? Its foundations would probably date from the arrival of the first settlers.
It's got nothing to do with Charles Hawkins' debts.
Ha! You've already begun to nose around, it would seem. So, since you already know it, the Hawkins family couldn't afford the upkeep of this house. It remains to be seen what they did with all their money. I wager it was Charles Hawkins' travels. Let's go up there. Unless you still have questions.
Eller hans drinking habits.
Night falls quickly here, and I want to be able to see when we arrive.
I'll go with you, if only to reassure Silas.
Sure.
Why not? You can help.
Right. Let's go.
Jävlar. Det är nu det börjar. Fy fan.
Bradley was right. This place is much older than I imagined.
693. John Wickwood. Här ligger de.
Poor kid. Poor kid. Someone must really hate Charles Hawkins.
I told you. Silas Winchester is still watching over the Hawkins family.
I must say, it's pretty gloomy.
So, Detective, does this place inspire any thoughts?
Someone desecrated one of these graves.
Do you know if Charles Hawkins had any enemies?
Not to our knowledge. He was a well-respected personality on the island. I don't understand. Silas would never have let such a thing happen.
Why were they buried here?
I was given to believe that it was Charles Hawkins' wish.
Strange idea. I imagine Webster wasn't too pleased.
Mrs. Hawkins' father? It's said that he's devastated.
Jo det.
Let's go to the mansion.
Please give me a minute. I didn't expect to set foot back here after the burial. What kind of deranged individual would defile this sanctuary? And steal a burnt painting? I don't see Silas doing such a thing. Let alone allowing it. Even that...
The flowers on Sarah Hawkins' grave are fresh. The old caretaker must be very attached to her. Someone must really hate Charles Hawkins.
Great artist and affectionate mother and true friend. Oh. Ska vi dra? Ja, han stannar här. Gå upp här kanske. Ja, en korv. Fy fan. Varför spelar jag det här?
I'll have to find another entrance.
Oh, tack. Alltså, det kommer inte vara en enda scen som är mysig i det här spelet. Allt kommer ju vara så här. Fan.
This entrance is still in use.
Whoa! Whoa!
Okay.
You were trying to force the door, you nosy prick!
Easy, sir, all right? Put down the axe.
You know what we do with rubble like you? We gut them. Dump them into the ocean.
Whoa! You're Mr. Winchester. Lower that axe. And let's talk calmly.
I'll show you how we have it out on Darkwater.
Okay.
Sarah Hawkins' father sent me here to investigate the death of his daughter.
Webster, huh? I understand how he feels. But me? I want the dead to rest in peace. And that means kicking the ass of gumshoes like you.
Why would you not want me to help understand what happened here?
I've got nothing to hide. Tell me what you're doing here. And no baloney.
The police report describes a domestic accident. But Stephen Webster has several reasons to believe that this may not be the case.
Webster is as stubborn as an old mule. And I did tell him that we should let the dead rest in peace.
He wants to restore the reputation of his daughter. I just need to see where the fire started.
The mansion isn't safe. You would break your neck as sure as you're trying my patience right now.
Okay.
That's why you barricaded the entrance.
That's right.
And this door?
It's locked. And I make sure it stays that way.
Sarah Hawkins is important.
You still put flowers on her grave. You cherish her memory.
Mrs. Hawkins was an exceptional person. She cared for everyone around her.
Let me shed a light on what happened to her. Give me that key.
I'm probably making a big mistake, but it won't be the first. Here, take the key and do what you have to do. Go on then, just to get rid of you.
Let's see what more I can learn from this mansion.
Caretaker. Still watches over the family graveyard and the burned out mansion devoted to Charles Hawkins, whom he all but raised. He also has great respect for the memory of Sarah Hawkins and their child Simon. His long months of solitude in the abandoned property have made him very distrustful. Silas still puts flowers on the grave of Charles, Sarah and Sam. This hick cop. Oj, är han 37? Han ser äldre ut än 37. Okay. The inhabitants of the island seem to be friendly with him. He could help me in my investigation. The Hawkins mansion is perched at the top of a steep cliff. The abandoned garden harbors the graves of the Hawkins family, and only the old caretaker Silas Winchester still roams this bleak spot. He protects it fiercely and still puts flowers on the graves. Gloomy place. Gloomy place indeed. Jävlar. Bor han här nere eller? Ska jag smyga sig om man gör med någonting.
The poor wretch seems to spend the best part of his time isolated from the world. Bourbon. Empty, of course.
Okej. Det verkar inte vara någonting här inne. Ja.
Rather Spartan. The caretaker has simple tastes. I know a thing or two about solitude myself.
Ja. In i skräcken då. Fy fan. Eller? Jag tänker att man ska hitta massa kulta grejer som man kan lära sig av. För jag kunde ju inte lägga poäng i det. Ja, det är ingen idé att kolla. Så glider vi in här då. Ja.
Pierce, shall we enter? Now that you finish your fun and games with Silas, we can perhaps inspect the mansion.
Absolut.
You're right. Let's go.
Absolut.
Let's take a look inside.
I'm with you.
Pearson Officer Bradley. Den skugga där. Nej, för fan. Äckliga börjar nu. Pearson Officer Bradley explored the gardens of the Hawkins mansion. The family lies in the graveyard of the property. Guarded by the old caretaker, still faithful to his employers, keeps watch over the place. Armed with an axe, Pearson Bradley managed to calm him down and finally got hold of the key to the Hawkins mansion. They entered the building looking for the scene of the fire. Hup.
Follow me. I know the place.
Fy
Who
fan.
left this light on?
Och varför är de gröna? Okej.
The Last Supper of the Hawkins. What does this tell me?
Vad är det för något ens? Är det bläckfisk? Var det seriöst bläckfisk? Det är typ ett huvud. Det är ett Cthulhu-huvud.
What kind of meat is this?
Exakt.
This place is for the head of the family, Charles Hawkins.
Oj då.
The boy was probably here. Smashed his plate on the floor. Sarah Hawkins' plate. Why did she leave it untouched? Something happened at this table. An argument?
Är det allt? Hej älskling!
Hey, Pierce.
Snart, jag ska bara spela skräckspel och inte kunna sova någonting.
This dinner table tells us a lot about the Hawkins family life.
Well, we don't have all day. The scene of the fire is next door.
Fan. Alltså det här är ju typ... Det ligger en råtta där uppe också. Okej, shit.
Silas managed to bring the fire under control.
Let's see if I can find something the cops missed. Was Charles Hawkins a heavy drinker?
Ja, det vet vi redan. Oj.
The child's corpse left a trace. Where are the others? They had a fight. Why?
Ja, men älskling, du kan få titta på det här nu.
Did Sarah Hawkins lose one of her shoes? How? If the painting I found on the docks really came from here, how come it didn't burn?
Vad är det där för sigill? Eller för Sarah S. C. Som ett ankare. Det är inte ett H. Sarah Hawkins. Eller där är ett H. Så kan det också vara C. För Cthulhu.
Did someone escape the fire?
Oj. Okej, älskling.
This lamp was thrown. This was no accident. This was a fight. Someone fell here. A desperate attempt to flee.
Oj. Jo, jag ska lukta gott och vara snygg.
And the boy.
Men när kommer du, älskling?
So, detective, what do you make of it?
The fire wasn't just an accident.
I firmly believe this fire was more than just an accident.
What's your theory?
The couple had a fight?
I think the Hawkins couple got into a fight.
You sure of that?
There's only one way to be sure.
I just ask that you don't disturb anything. If Chief West found out about what we're doing, I'd be in serious trouble.
Okay. Vi har ju massor på investigation. Spot hidden, tänker jag. Psychology. Nej, ja, så. Validate. Yes.
These bandages are covered in dried blood. The same bandages that I saw in the warehouse on the docks. And given the bloodstains, I'd also say that it's the same person. An original edition of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, dated 1818.
It's quite a building, don't you think?
Ora.
Do you know that the Hawkins were among the wealthiest families on the island?
Moby Dick, Melville's classic. The epic battle between man and whale. Mandatory reading for any whaler, I guess. This piano is in disrepair. Looks like the Hawkins kept it more for decoration than for music.
Okay. Ursäkta?
What do you know about Charles
Is he gonna
Hawkins'
weird?
activities?
Well, not much, to be honest. We all assumed the Hawkins lived on Charles's inheritance.
Där har hon också målat. Blod? Oh. Ja, det är bara att gå upp då. Fy fan. The human body. Comparative analysis. A precise and very detailed treatise on the particularities of the human body compared to the animal world. The simplicity of its writing and the vulgarization of its vocabulary make it accessible to the profane. Nice! Medicine progression. Nästan så. Inget, inte stött på något ockult.
A book on the first inhabitants of the island. It seems they got here around the 14th century.
Ja. Ingenting här. Åh, för fan. Det är bra att det låter som att folk springer här. Fan. Kan de sluta lägga in det springljudet? Okay.
There's something disturbing about this painting.
Du tänkte inte på... Tänkte inte på dödskallen då? Ja. Ja.
20,000 leagues under the sea. Another story about the mysteries of the deep.
A rare edition of Jules Verne's novel. Okay. Den snodde vi va? Åh, jag vill inte spela det här.
What could Sarah have done to make this person threaten to call the police?
Dear sir, as you know, I have always held you and your family in high respect. Unfortunately, I can no longer continue to close my eyes on the behavior of your wife. Last week, she again terrified my clientele. I know that she means no harm, but you should place her in the care of Dr. Fuller. He alone seems to be able to make her come to her senses. If these disturbances were to reoccur, believe me that although it would feel like torture, I would be obliged to involve the police. Respectfully yours, Anton Wellard. Okay. Okej, där får jag inte gå. Vänta nu. What? Vad har ens hänt här? Okej. Okej. Nej.
Locked.
Nu börjar det bli. Nu börjar det bli.
The boys' room. A child's fort. From what threat was Simon protecting his world?
Åh, fy fan.
Tom Sawyer. Mark Twain. Sarah must have read it to him before bed. Sleeping pills. Strong for an 11-year-old boy. What was wrong with this family?
Ja.
What nightmarish vision could have inspired them? Simon's troubles went beyond family problems. That kid saw something. Something terrified him.
Nej, för fan. Jaha, kan jag hitta någonting nu? Key that opens the door to Sarah Hawkins office. Det kommer vara så mycket konstiga grejer där. Nej. Kan det vara här?
What will her room reveal about her?
Alltså jag är på helspänn. Även fast det inte ens är läskigt. Gud, jag ska inte spela såna här spel. Men
This padlock is too complicated for me.
Men du har väl nyckeln?
It's no use. The padlock won't give.
Oh. Så ja. Ja, okej. Nu börjar det. Nu jävla barkar åt helvete här. Men vad fan.
Despite what happened, they seem to have loved each other.
Oh.
This ledger lists all of the paintings Sarah Hawkins sold.
Boston client. JF. Boston client. Boston client. JF. FS. Boston client. Returned. Shambler for FS gift. Dr. F treatment.
It seems the last one was given for free to a Francis Sanders. I wonder why.
Kan det sluta låta som att det springer?
Sarah Hawkins' agent was getting worried. Seems she wasn't giving any signs of life.
My very dear Sarah, ever since you left to bury yourself away on that lost island, your art has been attracting increasing numbers of collectors. I beg you to send me some new paintings. The last ones, so somber and strange, moving as no other paintings have been, or selling at a premium price. Your percentage of these most recent sale is attached. Do not forget your friend who was the first to recognize your genius and display it to the world. Affectionately yours, Maximilian L. Okay. Maximilian L. Ja, den här är ju låst.
The door is blocked on the other side.
Fy fan. Ja, då går vi upp hit då. Det känns ju jävligt mysigt.
This door is locked.
Vad har vi för clues? Smashed oil lamp, Sarah's shoe, scene of the fire. Letter of complaint, voice room, sweet nothing, sales ledger, agent's letter. Jag ska inte här, jag tänkte vi måste ju kanske anmärka på.
Was Sarah Hawkins interested in the occult? What was she trying to achieve?
Ursäkta? Vad är det här? Hon målar på väggarna. Inga böcker som man kan läsa. Åh, gud. Nej, för fan. Jag är så jävla på helspänn.
Bradley?
Oh,
Is that you?
what the fuck? Ja. Nu jävlar, nu händer det. Ja, vad fan. Åh, gud. Nej, för fan. Åh, för fan. Okej, det är han. Oh! What the fuck?
You! Stop!
Oh, fan. Kom igen.
Bradley, did you see which way he went?
Who? I didn't see anyone.
Nej, såklart.
I just heard some noise.
Åh, fy fan.
Are you all right?
A man was hiding on the upper level. He ran when he saw me. He can't be far.
Okej. Vad är det här? Han bara... Vad är det för superpower? Jaha. Oj. Det var den nere i hörnet. Oops. Ja, nej, shit. Åh, gud. Mitt arma hjärta klarar inte mer än så här. Herregud. Det får räcka så här. Känner jag. Det får faktiskt göra det. Gud. Det här var rätt jävla läskigt. Åh, fan. Åh, gud. Nej, jag kommer inte kunna somna. Och det har inte ens hänt något. Ja. Nej, men... tack alla som kollade. Nu får det vara nog. Helt enkelt. Jag får fortsätta på det här en annan gång. Kanske inte när jag ska sova. Just efteråt. Ja. Vi ses och hörs. Hej då.